Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Welcome to the Disney Days Planning Podcast. This podcast is information about Walt Disney World, which is organized by topic. I'm your host, Alyssa Salveson. Hello, welcome to episode 3 of the Disney Days Planning Podcast. This episode is all about Magic Kingdom. It's a Magic Kingdom overview. So Magic Kingdom is probably the most iconic theme park you think of when you hear Disney World. It is the giant castle in the middle, and it's the original park of Walt Disney World in Florida. It opened in 1971 and on October 1st, 1971, and Walt Disney himself actually never saw Magic Kingdom open. Unfortunately, he passed away before its completion. There are 6 different lands within Magic Kingdom. There's right when you walk into Main Street, USA. Then there's Liberty Square, Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. Within Fantasyland, there is a section called Storybook Circus. And when you look at a map, it looks like it's its own land. It's not, an addition to Fantasyland, but it looks like its own land. So when I go through and talk about each category, I do describe Storybook Circus separately. But no, it is part of Fantasyland. Magic Kingdom has attractions, shows, shops, dining, fireworks, which would be part of entertainment, and also magical extras. All the theme parks have a child care center and also a first aid center. And those are both in Magic Kingdom. They're both on Main Street, in Main Street. We're going to review everything here that Magic Kingdom has to offer, and I'm breaking this down by category, and then within the category, it's broken down by land. So as I talk about each category, I'm going to go in the same order by land. Magic Kingdom is sort of a circle. There's a few outliers, but it's basically a circle. And so pretend it's a clock. You enter at 6 o'clock on the bottom of the circle under the train tracks onto Main Street, USA. And then I talk about each land clockwise, but starting at 6 o'clock, okay? And Liberty Square, so the castle's right in the middle of the circle. So Liberty Square is right to the left of the castle when you're entering on Main Street. So that's a little not in this circle, but this is consistently how I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it Main Street, then Liberty Square, which is right in the center of the circle off to the left. Then talk about Adventureland, which is like 7, 8 o'clock on a clock. Frontierland, which is like 9, 10 o'clock. Fantasyland, which is like 11, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, even with Storybook Circus would be like 2 o'clock. And then 3, 4, 5 o'clock would be Tomorrowland. So consistently in each category, I'll talk about Main Street, then Liberty Square, Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, Storybook Circus, which is part of Fantasyland, but I'm going to talk about it separately, and then Tomorrowland, just like you're going around in a clock, but entering at 6 o'clock. We're going to start off talking about attractions. Attractions are rides or shows, things you'd have to wait in a queue for, etc. On Main Street, there's a railroad. So actually, when you walk into Magic Kingdom Park, you're walking underneath the railroad, the railroad. There are 3 stops on the railroad. So there is one, the first stop's right there in Main Street. So you can plop on, that's actually my son, my baby. That's his favorite ride, is the train. So there's a railroad on Main Street. That's the only attraction on Main Street. Then if you veer off through Main Street, kind of to the left of the castle, that's Liberty Square. In Liberty Square, there are 3 attractions. There's Haunted Mansion, the Hall of Presidents, and the Liberty Square Riverboat, which maybe when you're listening to this, it won't exist. That is soon to be gone. They're going to be doing a major renovation. It was announced this summer, but I'm recording this on November 16th. This launch date will be December 1st. I believe the riverboat will still be around then, so I'm going to keep it in. But no, if you're listening to this after December 1st, 2024, the riverboat may not be available. And I'll add a show note in to update. But as of my recording date, it is something you can ride. After Liberty Square, we have Adventureland. Adventureland, there's the magic carpets of Aladdin. There's Jungle Cruise, the Swiss Family Treehouse, which is something you just walk through. There's Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room and Pirates of the Caribbean. Next, we have Frontierland. In Frontierland, you have the Country Bear Jamboree, and that just recently had a refurb. I haven't seen it new actually, but the Country Bear Jamboree. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which was formerly Splash Mountain. And to ride that ride, you need to be 40 inches. There's another Walt Disney Railroad stop there in Frontierland, right by Tiana's Bayou Adventure. There's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which you also need to be 40 inches to ride. And there's Tom Sawyer Island, which is also soon to be gone, like the steamboat. Soon in that area where Tom Sawyer is, we're going to be getting a Cars area, but that is not happening yet. Again, as of the date I'm recording this and the date it will be published. After Frontierland, we have Fantasyland. There's lots of attractions in Fantasyland. There's It's a Small World, Peter Pan's Flight, Mickey's PhilharMagic, which is a 3D kind of theater thing. You sit down, you wear your 3D glasses, and it's a cute little movie that goes along with some classic Disney music. There's the Prince Charming Regal Carousel, Enchanted Tales with Belle, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is a little roller coaster, and that you need to be 38 inches. So a lot of toddlers can ride that. That has a long wait always. The Mad Tea Party, which are the teacups, and Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid, which is one of my personal favorites. Next, we have Storybook Circus. In there, you have Dumbo the Flying Elephant, the Barnstormer, which you need to be 35 inches to ride, and there's another Walt Disney World Railroad stop there in Storybook Circus. And finally, we have Tomorrowland. And in Tomorrowland, there's the Tomorrowland Speedway, which you need to be 32 inches to ride. Tron Light Cycle Run, which is a new roller coaster in Magic Kingdom, and that you need to be 48 inches to ride. There's Space Mountain, you need to be 44 inches to ride. Astro Orbiter, Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, one of my favorites. The Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. So those are your attractions in Magic Kingdom. Next, we're going to go to entertainment. So on Main Street, there's tons of entertainment, actually. You'll see the Dapper Dans. They're a quartet that walk around and sing. They're beautiful. So the Dapper Dans. There's the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade that'll go by. It's like a mini parade. There's the Disney Festival Fantasy Parade, which happens sometimes once a day, sometimes twice a day. You'll have to check the app to see what times the parade is offered. There's the Flag Retreat, Casey's Corner Pianist. So if you're walking by, you'll hear a piano player at Casey's Corner. It's so fun. And there's the Main Street Philharmonic, which is the marching band, and they're tons of fun. At Cinderella's Castle, there are a few things that happen there as well. There's the Let the Magic Begin show, the Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, and then there's the fireworks show, which right now is Happily Ever After. Then in Liberty Square, you'll have, that's also the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade will go by Liberty Square. Not in the hub of the square, but it goes over by where Sleepy Hollow is, kind of by the castle, towards the front of the castle into Main Street, the hub. We call it the hub. The area right in front of the castle is called the hub. So the parades all go through that down to Main Street. But you get a little bit of it in Liberty Square, which is why I put that in here. In Frontierland, you get the Festival of Fantasy Parade as well. It begins over by Pirates of the Caribbean and Splash Mountain, so in between Adventureland and Frontierland, and it will go down Frontierland, the main strip down towards Liberty Square and then the hub and then Main Street. So in Frontierland, you can see the Festival of Fantasy Parade as well, but on the sides where Country Bear Jamboree is, not over by Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Also in Frontierland, there can be a Country Bear little hoedown. It's not on the app anywhere, but If you are hanging out in Frontierland, likely you'll see a little hoedown occur, but you can't see that on the app. It just randomly happens. In Storybook Circus, there's a Casey Jr. splash and soak station. Okay, next we're going to talk about different characters. This on the My Disney Experience app, you will find this under either characters or entertainment sometimes. Okay, so on Main Street, you can meet Mickey, and that's in the Main Street Theater. In Liberty Square, Tiana will pop out of a building kind of near the Hall of Presidents. It's really fun. She's so cute. In Adventureland, you'll see Jack Sparrow and Aladdin will meet there as well. And Aladdin and Jasmine. Sometimes they walk around also, but that's not consistent. The walking around is not consistent. You can meet Aladdin, and you'll see that in the app. In Frontierland, sometimes there's bears from the Country Bear Jamboree, but they'll walk around and be a little silly. Sometimes they stand on top on like a balcony in a building there and interact. Sometimes there's like a little hoedown, but on the app, I couldn't see any of that listed, but I've seen it in person. So it does happen. It must just be random. In Fantasyland, there are quite a few characters you can meet in Fantasyland. There's Princess Fairy Tale Hall, which you wait in a queue and you go in and you can meet two different princesses. Or maybe it's even four different princesses. I'm not sure. I've gone in and met two princesses there, but there might be two sides of that theater. It's very cute. It's a nice way to meet a bunch of characters at once. Peter Pan walks around Fantasyland. He also stays stationary, and there's a place to meet him as well. You can meet Ariel at her grotto. That's by the Voyage of the Little Mermaid ride. You can meet Mirabelle from Encanto, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger meet also by where their ride is. In Storybook Circus, there's the circus stars at Pete's Silly Slideshow, and that's Mickey and friends you'll meet. I think they vary. I think it's random who you meet, but it's Mickey and friends. It's Mickey, Donald, Daisy, and they meet there at Pete's Silly Slideshow in Storybook Circus. In Tomorrowland, you can meet Stitch, Chip and Dale, and I've seen Buzz Lightyear pop out too. I couldn't find any of them in the app under the character drop down, but I have seen them there in Tomorrowland. So I think they just come around kind of randomly, which I actually really love about Disney World, and I hope they do more of, but it's kind of hard when I'm talking about it to try to find it to talk to you about. But anyway, so that's characters. Next, we're going to briefly talk about shopping. So on Main Street, there are so many shops. We're going to go in, let's pretend we're walking in under the train tracks, and I'm going to talk about shops that way. So right there, you can, under the train tracks, when you first walk in, you can rent a stroller there to the left. And there's also like little kitschy stands. You can buy bubble wands, ears, things like that. I don't really talk too much about those stands because they're everywhere. Mostly what I talk about with shops are going to be actual stores. Okay, so starting from the right on Main Street, there's so when you first walk in, right to the right, kind of by where Mickey meets, there's the box office gifts, and there's Curtain Call Collectibles, it's called. And in that Curtain Call Collectibles, that's the exit of Mickey, actually. That's where you can get, it has tons of ears and hats and things like that. And that's also where you can get your ears or your Mickey hat, cap with the ears, embroidered. So all my kids, we all have those hats and they're embroidered with their names on the back. It's really cute. Cute. That's a cute souvenir. So it's Curtain Call Collectibles. Then now we're heading towards Main Street USA. And on the right side, I'm talking about the right side, there's Main Street Confectionery. There's Main Street Cinema, Uptown Jewelers, and Crystal Arts. On the left side is all one big store on Main Street. It's called the Emporium, and it's the whole side of Main Street. You can walk from the hub all the way down to like the entrance, all through the Emporium. It's a very large gift shop. Then in Liberty Square, there's a parasol cart, which is kind of cute. There's a portrait gallery where you can get silhouettes, which is kind of a fun and inexpensive souvenir. There's the Ye Old Christmas Shop, which is a must stop for me. And there's Memento Mori, which is a Haunted Mansion themed gift shop. In Adventureland, there's Sunglass Hut. If you've got your sunglasses and need a new pair, you can head to the Sunglass Hut in Adventureland. There's Plaza del Sol Caribe Bazaar, which is the Pirates gift shop. When you get off the ride of Pirates Caribbean, it lands you right in this very large gift shop. There's La Princesa de Crystal Caribbean Plaza. There's Buena Box, which is a cart, ears, bubble wands, etc. In Frontierland, there's Big Owls. It's a cart with ears, bubble wands, but it's on the map in the app. There's the Frontier Trading Post, and this is good for pin trading. So, one of the Disney quirks, I guess, some people collect pins. You'll see that on their lanyards or backpacks, and you can trade pins at these trading posts. You can find that all in the app. You can actually go under shopping and then filter for pins, and you can see all the locations you can go to purchase pins or trade pins. You can trade with people. It's like a little quirk, a little Disney quirk. But that is a big trading post. There's the Critter Co-op, which is a kind of Tiana themed gift shop in Frontierland. But then there's also a Tiana's Bayou General, which is at the exit of the ride, the Splash Mountain Tiana's Bayou Adventure ride, and that's another gift shop there. In Fantasyland, you'll see Fantasy Fair, Sir Mickey's, 100 Acre Goods, which is the Winnie the Pooh theme ride gift shop, and Bonjour Village Gifts. In Storybook Circus, there's Big Top Souvenirs, very large. It's like a circus Big Top, very large gift shop there. In Tomorrowland, you have Star Traders, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin gift shop, which is at the exit of the Buzz Lightyear ride, another great gift shop. Ursa's Major Minor Mart, and Tomorrowland Launch Depot, which is my favorite gift shop. Now we're going to talk about dining. Now, I'm going to have a whole episode where I dive into detail about dining in the Magic Kingdom, but I'm just going to run down a list of all the dining options right now, and I will tell you if it's a sit-down meal. So you're at a table, you have a waiter, things like a sit-down meal, a snack tray, like a ice cream or something like that, like a snack, or a quick service, like a fast food meal. I will specify that. Now, within the quick service and some snacks, sometimes you can mobile order them. So you do that through the app, the My Disney Experience app, and you can do a mobile order. And what you can do, and I'm going to have, again, a whole episode dedicated to dining. I'm going to have multiple episodes dedicated to dining because there's so many options. But you can order for right away. So like you could be in front of the restaurant and order on your phone. Or you could order hours before and set up a time to pick up. I do it a lot, like if we're about to go on a ride, that's how I'll use it. I don't I don't often order like all my day. You can do that though. You could set your whole day of meals up in the morning if you wanted to. That's not how I use it. But mobile order, I'm going to specify if you can mobile order at these restaurants. But again, don't fret not. I will have a whole episode where I dive into great detail about the dining in Magic Kingdom. This is just an overview. Okay, so on Main Street, you have a sit-down restaurant called Tony's Town Square. This is Lady and the Tramp themed. It's quite cute. And actually, sometimes if you strategically time your dining there, you can see the parade from the restaurant. There's a Main Street confectionery, which I talked about under shopping because they do have things you can purchase there, but you can also mobile order there. That can be a quick service too. It's a sweet shop confectionery. There's Main Street Bakery, which is Starbucks, and that's a quick service, not a mobile order though, so you have to wait in line for that Starbucks. Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, which is a snack. The Plaza Restaurant, which is a sit-down restaurant. Casey's Corner, which is hot dogs, like a hot dog themed place. The Casey at the Bat, that's the theme. That's a quick service, and you can mobile order there too. And that's also when I talked about entertainment, they have a pianist there. And then in Main Street, there's the Crystal Palace, which is a beautiful building. And that is a character meal, a sit-down character meal. And that's with 100 Acre Wood characters, the Winnie the Pooh characters. Another character meal is in Cinderella's castle. Cinderella's Royal Table, it's called. It's very hard to get. I'll talk in detail again when I have my Dining in Magic Kingdom episode. But Cinderella's Royal Table, you can meet tons and tons of princesses there. But that is a sit-down character meal as well. And actually, that is one you prepay for. Everything else I'm talking about, you pay at the end. Cinderella's Royal Table, you pay when you book your reservation. Then in Liberty Square, there's Sleepy Hollow, which is one of my favorite places in Magic Kingdom to eat. Sleepy Hollow is you can mobile order. It's a quick service. It's like corn dog, funnel cake, chicken and waffles, like a Nutella waffle. It's very cute. Sleepy Hollow. Then there's Liberty Square Market, which is adorable, and they have tons of these white birds there, but those are snacks. Lots of fruit. You can get a bunch of fruit there, but those are snacks in Liberty Square Market. Columbia Harbor House is another great quick service, and you can mobile order there as well. Then there's Liberty Tree Tavern, which is a sit-down meal in Liberty Square, and that's an all-you-care-to-enjoy meal, like all you can eat. It's all you care to enjoy. So if you want more string beans, they'll bring you more string beans. There's also the Diamond Horseshoe, which is another sit-down meal, all you care to enjoy. That's all in Liberty Square. In Adventureland, you have Sunshine Tree Terrace, which is a snack, and you can mobile order there. There's Jungle Navigation Co. Ltd. Skipper Canteen, or we call it Skipper Canteen. That's a sit-down meal. It's delicious. It's Jungle Cruise themed. It's adorable, delicious. It's one of my favorite dining options in Magic Kingdom. Then there's a little ice cream treat shop. It's called Aloha Aisle, and it's a snack, and it's ice cream treats. Then we head into Frontierland. In Frontierland, there's the Golden Oak Outpost, which is a quick service kiosk. There's Pecos Bell Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. You can mobile order, but it's a quick service. There's Westward Ho, which is a snack. All right, let's head into Fantasyland. In Fantasyland, there's Pinocchio Village House, which is a quick service, and you can mobile order too. And that's really cute. That's above It's a Small World. So when you're eating up there, you can look and see the launching part of It's a Small World. It's cute. Then there's the Friar's Nook, which is a mobile order quick service kiosk. Storybook Treats, which is a snack. Be Our Guest, which is a sit-down restaurant. And it's not a character meal, but the Beast is there and he does walk around. So that's kind of fun. And then there's Gaston's Tavern, which is, they have snacks there. It's not alcohol. I know it sounds like it is, but there's no alcohol served in Magic Kingdom unless at a sit-down restaurant. Fun fact. So Gaston's Tavern is not, in fact, a tavern, but just a snack station. Then there's Prince Eric's Village Market, which are just snacks, and Cheshire Cafe, which is by the teacups, and that is also, those are just snacks there. Storybook Circus has no dining in it, but there is a popcorn stand. There are popcorn stands everywhere, but I know this popcorn stand outside of Storybook Circus, and it's really cutely themed, so I threw it in here under dining. It's a really cute popcorn stand. In Tomorrowland, you have quite a few options, actually. There's another quick service restaurant called Cosmic Rays. It's cute. It's cute. And there's a little, like, alien DJ guy in there. It's a cute little restaurant. It's been around since I remember when I was a child going to Cosmic Rays. So that's quick service, and you can also mobile order from Cosmic Rays. There's Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies, which is an ice cream snack. There's Cool Ship, which is also snacks. There's a Joffrey's Coffee in Tomorrowland, and then there's the Launching Pad, which is a quick service, and you can mobile order there as well. Okay, next I'm going to talk about some magical extras. On Main Street, there's a building where you can see the Main Street vehicles if they're not being used. It's very cool. They're old-timey vehicles. There's a double-decker little bus. There's all sorts of very cool antique cars there. So you can walk in. If they're not being used, you can walk in and look at those Main Street vehicles. And then there's the Harmony Barber Shop. You can get your hair cut in the Magic Kingdom. It is so cute. And they do a very special if you're getting your first haircut. I got my son's first haircut there. And they give you a set of ears, which I lost and I'm so upset about. But a set of ears that are embroidered my first haircut and the certificate. It's very, very cute. You have to book that 60 days in advance, though. That books up. You could chuck last minute, but I recommend if that's something you feel strongly about to book that in advance. So that's Harmony Barbershop. It's very, very cute. In Cinderella's Castle, there's a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique where your little princes and princesses can get all dolled up and do their hair and get pixie dusted. It's a very cute experience, but that too you need to book in advance. typically. In Adventureland, there's a Pirate's Adventure, Treasure of the Seven Seas. I'm not actually sure what this is. In the description, it says interactive adventure with Jack Sparrow. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it is in the app. So it says Pirate Adventure, Treasure of the Seven Seas. Not much in all the other lands, but then in Tomorrowland, you can do a Tron identity program, which you can customize your own Tron-inspired action figure. And that's in one of the gift shops. You can do that. Then there are fireworks packages. This is an added cost. It's in addition to your ticket, but you can have a fireworks package where you go, you can have desserts or snacks and drinks. Actually, in some of the fireworks packages, they have alcohol, they have wine and beer. And then you get premiere viewing for fireworks. So that's a really nice, I've done that once. It's actually a very nice for like a special occasion. It's very nice. So you can do fireworks package. In addition, you can do other tours too. You can do a VIP tour, or in Magic Kingdom, there's a Keys to the Kingdom tour, which is a magical extra that is an additional cost. And the tours all vary. I'll have a separate episode where I talk about each of the tours, but just know in the back of your mind that that's an option for you too. Sometimes there's age restrictions on tours, like the Keys to the Kingdom tour has an age restriction. But again, in my episode about tours, I will talk about all that. And that, my friends, is the Magic Kingdom. I hope you learned a lot. I enjoyed talking to you about Magic Kingdom, and the next episode will be about Epcot. Thank you so much for listening to the Disney Days Planning Podcast. See you real soon.